There's no one better to show us all the latest and greatest gadgets than tech expert Katie Linendoll.
Tech expert and friend of the show, Katie Linendoll.
This is Katie Linendoll.
Tech expert Katie Linendoll.
You always blow my mind, so just go for it.
Constantly on the hunt for the latest innovations in technology, and I think that's probably the best part about my job.
Katie Linendoll, our favorite guest up here on the show.
Is everyone feeling good? The man, the legend, the icon, Mr. Miyamoto. Taking this in my luggage home.
Is this the best job ever?
Please welcome to the stage, Emmy Award-winning consumer tech expert, Katie Linendoll.
Hello, everyone. How are we feeling? Let's get started and get right to business because we have a jam-packed few days. And obviously, we are all here in Denver, but I also want to give a virtual shout out because we have a massive community that is live streaming this event. Can we give them a round of applause, everyone tuning in? Coming in from all over the globe. I'm Katie Linendoll, and in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you some of the innovations in technology and the people behind them that have really moved and inspired me over the last few years. I approach my work fearlessly and authentically, and I think a lot of you feel the same way. You bring that passion and personal conviction to your work, and it shows. There's something powerful about following your truth. You just can't lose. And perhaps I can share a personal example that might fit perfectly into this dynamic. I discovered this technology called eSight, a heads-up display that allows 80% of people with low vision to see. When you think about that, it's a gadget out there that can give somebody the gift of sight. It sounds like something out of a Marvel movie. Now, when I discovered this, I'm like, oh my goodness, I know this could make such a huge difference. This has to be a segment. And after 6 months of pitching the story to my top TV outlets, no one was biting. Fast forward, and it was around Christmas time, and I was still so passionate about this tech. My sister and I decided that we were going to donate one of the devices to a child on the eSight waiting list. He asked Santa for the gift of sight. But at the same time, I was still pitching. I was relentless to get this story told. Finally, I reached out to Inside Edition, and they agreed. Have a look.
8-year-old Angelo Yu loves to read.
What's even worse?
But the second grader has to hold the book right up to his face. He is legally blind, the side effect of a brain tumor. Now Angelo is about to get his best Christmas gift ever.
Let's do this.
Thanks to tech expert Katie Linendoll and her sister Nadine, an oncology nurse.
Christmas come early.
Angelo's gift comes in a large box.
You got it? Okay, thank you.
Whoa, you got eSight, Angela?
That's right. Angelo's gift is the gift of sight, a pair of electronic glasses called eSight. This is what a legally blind person might see. Put the glasses on, it's a flower made vibrant by a high-def camera. Angelo tries out the device.
Angelo, how many fingers do I hold it?
5.
Wow!
33 minutes.
The second grader from Los Angeles can now read a book the regular way.
I still get so pumped seeing that clip. And you know, it's exciting to share that with that 1 minute, 28-second segment, overnight, eSight sales tripled. But more importantly, we're able to connect so many people to this amazing, truly life-changing technology. A lot of people don't know this, but some of the best astronauts in the world, they come together twice a year in a program called NASA Nemo. And they live underwater off of an island off the Florida Keys, Isla Mirada, and they live underwater to simulate microgravity anywhere from 6 to 18 days. Now, there are also not a lot of us tech reporters that are divers, so you get some really crazy exclusive stories. And this is one. Navy Special Forces actually took me out to meet the astronauts underwater and do a first look report. It was the exclusive report for NBC News, so one of my favorites of all time. A big tech story I was working on, I spotlighted a company called World Reader. Now, World Reader is a nonprofit company that brings literacy to the poorest parts of the entire world. And they do this by distributing ebooks and course materials through e-readers and cell phones. Now you might be like, well, how does that work? That sounds crazy. But believe it or not, in some of the poorest parts of the globe, cell penetration can be upwards of 85%. I became fascinated with World Reader and followed them over the years, and I self-funded a trip to the second poorest part of the entire globe, which is Kibera, Kenya. The slums and the shanties spread for miles. But I was blown away by the impact of World Reader. I was meeting kids that were saying, books alone, something that we often take for granted, were impacting them so greatly and giving them hope to the outside world. Education is prized. After this experience, I have to tell you, some of these stories that I do in technology, and especially the game changers, they change you as a person, they impact you. I'm constantly at universities and high schools and also just trying to approach, and obviously, as you can imagine, a lot of females in the sector. How do we get them involved in math and science and technology? Please, don't tell them to go into math and science and technology. Show them what they could be doing. It's going and saying, guess what? You can be underwater with NASA. Guess what? You can be in a hydropowered jetpack. Did it? It's amazing. You could be designing that. You have to show these girls and these boys at a young age what cool opportunities they could be making as entrepreneurs or be a part of. If you're a football fan, you know that there is a spotlight now more than ever on head injuries, and notably concussions. Concussions go unrecognized and they go unmanaged. So as you saw, X2 has trying to alleviate head injuries. It is a standard boil and bite mouth guard, but it works at every single level. So it's grade school, high school, collegiate, professional. Anyone that's wearing this mouth guard, it is going to track their hits in real time. So say, for example, you have a son on the field, he gets hit with really high impact. That data is streamed right to the cloud. That's going to be streamed right down to the clinician or the physician's iPad, and it's going to say, you know what, you might want to pull him out of the game. Now we have data, and the data doesn't lie. And I think why I was so fascinated with this one was it wasn't Rydell creating it. It wasn't the NFL. This was a father that took matters into his own hands and saw a void. And as we know, this world of technology is incredibly vast. But if I had to pick one thing that I wanted to focus on, the thing that really inspires me in the tech world, it's what I'm going to be speaking about today. It's the innovations in technology, the future-forward game changers that are successfully changing the globe and making a difference in individuals' lives.